Hello, welcome back to Otter Pop Culture, and today we're going to be going over the third episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 4, and today, this one is called the Snatch Game of Love, is the episode. So there's not really much of a mini challenge or mini challenge or something like that, so we go immediately into the maxi challenge, which is the Snatch Game. So in this kind of thing, instead of doing the whole panel where they did the match game kind of do-ish, it's more of the match game of love kind of thing. So it has, the little, one person, the guy would be on one side of the wall, or the other side, the queens will be on the other side trying to be a character. So you still had to be a famous person, but you're supposed to show if that person was looking for love, what would they act like. So we're starting with that. And so going off the list of the people, so we had Naomi was Wendy Williams, Monet was Whitney Houston, Latrice was De La Reese, and Valentina was Eartha Kitt. Gia at first was doing Caitlyn Jenner, and I loved her reason for it. So we're gonna stay tuned with that. Hold on, let me go back. And then Trinity also did Caitlyn Jenner, and then Monique did Tiffany Haddish, and Manila did Barbra Streisand. So, and initially, Gia was like, okay, so I want to do Caitlyn Jenner, but then Trinity was doing Caitlyn Jenner. She had the whole look and everything ready to go, and just that. There you go. So had it ready to go. So when they had the so it was time for her to do her stuff, she was like, oh, Trinity's like, I'm Jenner, so you can't really be Jenner if I'm Jenner. And so Gia Gunn ended up being Jenny, who's Cardi B's nail tech, which is, I'd never heard of her or know anything about her, so and the fact that she did it in a thick Asian accent was even more confusing, because I know she's on Instagram, but I know nothing about her, and that didn't really help either. So moving forward, so we get to the game, and everything's going well for the first team. Trinity's side is going well, but the other side is not going so hot. It just doesn't really go well because of Gia and her trying to top other people, outdo other people, and she was right next to Latrice, who was doing Della Reese, which I wasn't really sure if that was going to work out. But I think, honestly, Latrice has it coming in her side, because Della Reese doesn't really have much of a personality, doesn't have much of a funny, you can't really make Della Reese funny unless you go full out, and she wasn't really going full out. So as much as Gia's side of interrupting her or bugging her, it wasn't really going hot from the get-go, RuPaul was laughing, but it was just it was another big black woman kind of thing, and it's I'm all a lot of love, and it was just which is great, but we've seen it before. So anyway, Latrice wasn't having it with Gia, because she was sitting right next to Gia during the game, which is, by the way, the guest stars of this episode was Kensworth, which is he's one of the American Olympic people, and because I watch sports. And then Keenan Longsdale, which is the guy, the love interest and Love Simon. So there was that, and so they were on the other side they were the men that were looking for love. So Gia was making so much noise. She was interrupting everybody and bugging the shit out of Manila. Even though Manila killed it, she won the challenge. But Gia was getting very annoying, and I understand that being upset about the fact that she's being annoying. It upset me too. But I also know that it doesn't seem like that's kind of her. I think it seems like it's a strategy. It felt like it was a strategy to me. It felt like she thought, okay, let me tear down people by finding their like weak spots and then tear them down until they get sent home. They get distracted with their games or off their game. They get sent home, which worked out for Farrah. Like Farrah got sent home, like thanks to Gia and thanks to her lack of dancing, but it was working, and I think she just took it. But Farrah was the only one. That actually was giving into it. Everybody else wasn't really having it, and if anything, it just bugged them. But unfortunately, it also bugged Latrice. And it just like, I get it that she's upset, but it's just, she has to stay in her game. And I think and RuPaul said that during the deliberation. Oh, not deliberation, during the critiques. So going back during the runway highlights I felt like I really liked were was Valentina. It was supposed to be the category was supposed to be boots. And so she had literally the material of boots that she had was like this nice cream color and went all the way up to her body, to her top, and it was like a catsuit boot. It was super cute, and I think it was the best look. And another one was Manila with her S&M bunny. It was really cute. Still pushing it to show that she's all stars now, and I'm really grateful that she did that. Gia, I know everybody didn't really like, but I personally love her Victorian blue look with her with a little thing taping down on her tits. I love that. It was so cute. Which is, I think, once again, I think she's a great drag queen. I just think that she just, her idea of her strategy was a shit show. Wasn't the ideal place to do it anyway. So in the bottom in the end were Valentina and Gia, which is, I thought Valentina was funny. I got that not all jokes landed, but she was doing Eartha Kitt so well, and her thing that she was doing was just funny. I thought she was funny. But apparently they didn't really think she was that great. And Gia, because, yeah, she wasn't that great. But they saved it because it should have been Gia and Latrice. This should have been in the bottom because both of them did not stick to what they were supposed to do. And as much as Valentina's jokes didn't land, at least they were jokes. At least she stood out, So I think RuPaul gave her another a lifeline, So it came down to the fact that the winners were Trinity because she killed it doing Caitlyn Jenner. It was so good. It was so amazing. So she did that, and then she won for that, and she completely deserved. Manila won for Bio Streisand, which I thought was okay, but I'd give it to her. She was still consistent throughout the time. When it came to deliberation, though, Manila thought at this as for another time where she wants to go against the grain of doing whoever was the weakest gets sent home. She wants to send Valentina home because she's on the bottom, which is she wasn't even supposed to be on the bottom. But she's like, if I send her home, it'll be easier for me. And it's my personal thought, which is Trinity thought too, is if you are sending the weakest people home, if you're sending the strong people home, you're not really competing against the best. And that's I personally think it's very stupid to go against the weakest ones just so you can have a better look, because it makes it seem like you're not really ready to go against the other ones, that you're not better, you don't think you fit to the other ones that so yeah, so I felt like she didn't really amount to everybody else, so she wanted to win against the lesser people. But thankfully, in the end, because she ended up winning the lip sync, which she did so great on it. She did amazing, and I'm so glad that Manila's back finally. And because she had a great signature curly hair that she usually does before. And she won, and she chose Gia, and I'm so happy that she did, because I was just if she fucks up the whole thing, I would be so upset. But she didn't, so we're so happy that, I'm speaking for everybody else, I'm sure that everybody's agreed with it, that we're so happy that it's still staying that type of way. We shall see if it changes. I'm sure it's like they're getting down to the people that are the best. So I can see that sabotage is starting to happen in that type of way. Anyway, so that's the end of it. This is the third episode. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought about it. If you thought Gia was gonna go home, did you like Gia, or did you think it was unfair that Latrice wasn't on the bottom? So leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys next in the other video.